The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, folks. This is Steve Rhodes filling in for Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Thanks so much for joining us here. I would love to hear from you. And so we've got a couple different ways to do that. You can give me a call at 877-927-6648. If you can't call in, you can always send me an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside the subject heading, if you'd be kind enough to put radio show question, of course, we'll get to that. And, of course, inside our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we've got a little bit of a mixed bag out here. All the indices trading higher with the exception of the transports, which are down 17 points. That includes that spot volatility index, which continues to have a rising bottoms pattern in the face of a rising S&P 500. And that says we need to be on a cautious lookout. But as we do each Thursday at this time, we're going to go spend some time with Kevin Hinks and see what he is going to be talking about during his show today at 11 o'clock, and that is fast markets. Kevin, I don't think we've met before, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Steve. Nice to be on with you. We do a show at 11 o'clock on TFNN.
Yes.
Called Fast Market. It is a show based on mainly options using the Thinkorswim platform, and we walk through the process of talking about a trade and looking at a trade to all the way to putting on a trade, and we do that in 3 names every day. Today's names, we're doing Cloudflare, a small global cloud platform company that has earnings this afternoon. And then, of course, the headline trade of the day is Disney. And then we're going to look at Aurora Cannabis. So we've got 3 names today. Obviously, Disney is the highest profile name today and the biggest probably earnings release of the week. But what you said to start the show is pretty accurate. This market is higher, make no mistake, but it's very cautiously higher for sure.
So in the case of Disney, as I take a look at their charts out here, everything is above resistance levels. Now, resistance levels I'm referring to are market profile areas. And that's whether I'm looking at a daily, weekly, and a monthly time frame chart. So as you take a look at Disney, what information do you have? And not to give away, I guess, the entire show, but what is it that you're taking a look at on your charts that are setting up as some type of a trade?
Well, obviously, what we look at when we look at Disney is the option implied volatility and how that equates into a one-day expected move on the underlying. And we use option strategies to take advantage of that. Now, the one-day expected move in Disney is $10.38. That is a snapshot of where it's at right now. That can move higher or lower as implied volatility moves throughout the day. But what we'll do is we'll look at that. We'll look how that equates to, as of right now, you got to think it'd be about $200 on the target on the upside, and right around $180, $179 on the downside.
Yeah, so you can see the markets here. If I just go to a 30-minute time frame, Kevin, I can see that the markets have really been consolidating for the last couple of days. So and between the range of about 185 into this 190-ish level. So probably not much is going to break before during the day today, you wouldn't think. But this consolidation, interesting that you've got an implied volatility of about $10. But this consolidation is only really about a $4 consolidation out here. So and so you're looking at Disney and what else?
Cloudflare, a relatively new global cloud platform infrastructure company, and then Aurora Cannabis. Obviously we have to decide what part of this move in Aurora Cannabis is based on fundamentals and how much of this move is based on Reddit and short squeezes and things like that. So we'll try to break that down during the show as well. But we also have a company called Likefolio that comes on. They do a presentation on Disney as well. So we have a lot going on the show today. A big, we break it into 3 parts. We cover each name during one section of the show. So we'll start with Cloudflare, then go to our feature stock of the day, that's Disney, and then finish up with Aurora Cannabis.
So, when you're putting these trades together, how much of an impact is your view of the overall market versus what's going to take place in the individual stock? Or is there really no correlation? You don't really spend. You're looking at just the individual stock and different technical analysis. So do you? So which do you do? Are you taking?
We're always looking at the macroeconomic view of the stock market, but for earnings plays, you really have to break that down to a microeconomic look, right? I mean, the market can be up or down tomorrow, and Disney will move like it in its own story. So we do break it down more just purely on that earnings story. But however, we constantly look at what the entire market's doing. Like right now, the FANG stock or the NASDAQ was stronger this morning than it is now. I've got every single FANG stock down on the day just slightly. Microsoft, we add that to the FANG stocks a lot. That's really close to unchanged. So, yeah, we look at the overall market, how the commodities and the dollar and bonds and, what the 10-year yield does to stocks. But for earnings plays, we try to stick on each company's individual story.
Yeah. So in the case of Disney's story, it's when you take a look at their stock chart pattern out here, I mean, they're up at all-time highs in essence, and they don't even have all cylinders firing right now. I mean, the parks in Orlando are open, but they're at about a quarter to a half, their normal levels. The parks in California are closed. So I think I said the parks in Florida are the ones that are open. Parks in California are closed. I'm not sure what's going on overseas, but big revenue streams from those parks out there, and we're at all-time highs. Amazing and impressive.
Yeah, I mean, think about if they were worried about or questioning the opening of Disney Plus. That turns out to be a pretty good play on their part, looking back, because I think Disney Plus and the growth of that enterprise, the growth of that money, that bucket of profitability. I mean, think about it. It's not only the theme parks that are closed. A lot of the studios are closed. Obviously, the Disney cruise lines are closed.
Yeah.
You still got California closed. You got Florida open, but only a small percentage. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons that Disney should be struggling. Yet here they are trading at all-time highs, mainly I believe because of Disney Plus.
Yeah. No, good point out there, and I'm sure they were happy that they introduced that before the pandemic took place. Hey, Kevin, nice to meet you. Good to talk to you as well. Folks, please tune in at 11 o'clock for Kevin and Alex Coffee. And, Kev, have a great day.
Thanks for having me on.
You bet. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few. Currently, we've got the Dow up 47, S&P's up 7, NASDAQ 57. Everything is trading higher, including that spot volatility index. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 67. S&P is 8. And yes, this is the voice of Steve Rhodes, not Tom or Tommy O'Brien. Thanks so much for listening in. If you are listening during my normal show, and this would be 1:18 in the afternoon, this is being recorded both today and tomorrow. So join me live tomorrow as we'll do the show from 10 to 11. We do have some questions that have come in. So let's get to the questions first, and then we'll come back, take a look at the general markets. The first question coming in from Craig E. And Craig says, hey, happy Thirsty Thursday. Back at you, Craig. Would love to hear some analysis of Freeport, McMoran, FCX, and copper, new highs in the offing. But nope. Okay, so we're going to call back. Just do the call back. Something wrong. Call back. Yikes. Okay, you've got me now. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm back. All right, well, look, sorry about that. So I don't know what you heard or you didn't hear, so let's just do this. We're going to go take a look at some of the requests that have come in. Now we'll take a look at the general markets out here. And the first question came in from Craig E. And Craig is taking a look at Freeport and McMoran. So the chart that we have up on our screen first, the typical chart we start with, daily, weekly, monthly, where is price trading in relationship to its market profiles? Bottom of the profile being support, top being resistance. So if you're above one or the other, below one, below the bottom, above the top, you've got either a breakout or a breakdown. If you're trading with inside, you've got a consolidation. You know where sellers are. You know where buyers are at. In the case of Freeport and McMoran, the sellers are sitting here at the 31.62 level. You're trading at 31.47. In trading Freeport and McMoran, Craig, the question is, are you really trading the stock? Are you trading the commodity? Or are you trading the currency? Here is a chart, correlation chart. Top chart is the currency, the Australian dollar. Bottom chart is Freeport McMoran. And you can see the directional correlation that exists between these two. So, Craig, if you're trading Freeport-McMoRan, which that sounds like you are, you must be aware of what's going on inside the currency in order to be able to make any kind of trading decisions out here. But still, so I wanted to point that out to you. Let's go back and take a look at the Freeport-McMoRan chart on a daily basis, see what kind of signals it has. And Craig's question is, hey, is this getting ready to break out along with copper? And obviously, that question would then say the Australian dollar. When we take a look at the FCX chart on its own, which is what we've got right now, we can see that yesterday was yesterday was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping pattern. There's also a TD9 count pattern that's in play, but price would need to close today above 31.73, near 31.47. So that pattern may not take effect. But what has taken effect here, Craig, is an absolute topping signal. Now, the key here to suggest that price is going to move lower, and just looking at the FCX chart, will be price closing below that oscillator and change line. That's where price stopped yesterday. That level is being tested as we speak right now. That level as of 10:21 in the morning is 31.39. If price closes below that, Craig, you should anticipate that the daily chart is suggesting that FCX will pull back. You say pull back to where? 24.31, 25.48, 26.25. Those would be the areas to be paying attention to. So then that begs the question, well, what's the Australian dollar doing? Of course, the next question after that is going to be, what is copper doing? And we're going to go take a look at each of those. Copper is in the March contract, so I'm just firing that up on my other screen out here. I guess while that's firing up, I can't pull over this set of charts. Guess Stevie should have thought about that ahead of time. And, okay, so let's pull over the Australian dollar. Let's go take a look at it. And again, here we're trying to see, are there some kind of signals? Do we have any kind of unanimous agreement about what's going on? Well, in the case of the Australian dollar, it topped back in, I'll give you the date here, with a TD9 count. So it topped back here on January 16th, which really sent price back to its breakout level. Its breakout level is 0.7557. You can see that on the trading day of February 2nd, price got very close to that. But as we look at right now, Craig, we can see that the Australian dollar, so got the top, pushes price back to support. Price is now above the oscillator and change line. That's that green line on my screen out here. That says that the Australian dollar should push higher. So we've got the instrument that says, hey, I want to go lower, but you're going to watch that the oscillator and change line. The currency says, I want to move higher. What does high-grade copper communicate to you and I? And again, we're just looking at the daily time frame. Here we can see that copper is moving higher, doing it with less relative energy. That's not an issue. It will only become an issue if there's a bearish reversal candle. So how does what was it that Craig was actually looking for? Just looking for some analysis, but the question is new highs in the offing. Well, if there's going to be new highs in the offing, you need to see both, I would have to say, high-grade copper and the Australian dollar continue to move higher. So based upon that, we don't have any signal here in high-grade copper that it has topped, nor do we have the old top from January on the Australian dollar, but its current setup says that it wants to move higher. So at this stage of the game, price wants to move higher. I would say that the Australian dollar, Craig, in order for FCX to really get its mojo, is going to have to take out that TD9 count top. So the level to be watching there is a close above 0.7820. If you get that in Australian dollar, FCX should be off to the races, even though it's got and then it should also take out the highs of yesterday, and that would give that confirming signal. So I hope that helps you out, Craig. Thanks so much for writing in. Hector and the Fuel Injectors, and happy Thirsty Thursday to you, wants to take a look at ticker symbol ABBV. So let's get this on our charts out here. ABBV, that is ABV. And ABV right now is trading out at 103.83 in between its daily profile, between support and resistance. Support, 102.79. Resistance, 105.73. Hector's question is, on a weekly basis, past the B point on July 13th with strong volume, July 13th. So July 13th, he's looking on a weekly basis. So the weekly basis is July 13th. Yeah, okay. And that had volume of 32 million shares. When that was passed, it was passed with 27 million shares. So you say it was passed with strong volume. So on a daily time frame out here, when price actually closed above that high, which is 101.28, which had 32 million shares, that was passed with volume of 27 million shares. The next day it had 45 million shares, so that 45 over the 32, okay, I can get that, I can see that. But your question is, and teach when the B point is passed with volume, the odds are better than not that price will make the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern. And I guess that is your question. So on a weekly basis here, there's nothing to signal that is still not the play. And the reason that we can come to that conclusion here, Hector, is because price would need to take out support. And support on a weekly basis for ABBV is 102.73. And not until that level gets taken out does that jeopardize the A to B equals CD pattern. So I hope that helps you out with regard to AbbVie, and thanks so much for writing in. We get back from this break here, folks. We're going to go to John in Philly, and we're going to take a look at the 30-year Treasury bond. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes filling in for Tom and Tommy O'Brien. And to answer Hector's question about the AbbVie out here, AbbVie, the buy price, the entry price for you, Hector, is going to be between 102.79, that's the bottom of the daily profile, and 102.73, the bottom of the weekly profile. So I wanted to make sure that I answered. So let's go out to Philadelphia and speak with John. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Great to hear you at a new time, Steve.
Well, thank you. Just a temporary couple-day thing, but it's
there
nice
you
to
go. A little
nice,
variety is always good.
Absolutely. Nice to be when the markets have just opened up and we can see what's going on. And I think you wanted to take a look at the 30-year Treasury?
During your show on Monday, was it Monday? No, it was last week, Thursday, Friday. Yes, it was Thursday, the 8th.
Yes.
The bond futures were actually, when you did your show Thursday the 8th, bonds had already made a low at 166.03. And you observed, maybe we both did simultaneously, discussed it then via the Den posts, that the 5-hour chart was in the process of making a Chapman wave leg G down at that price. That leg G turned out to be a trough G. Thereby the patented former Denner Saratoga Bob Chapman wave trough G buy signal kicked in. So I bought the bonds on a pullback yesterday. I booked gains just on for a point on the futures this morning. So that's and of course that's why I bought it. I bought that pullback yesterday because of that trough G buy signal back on the 8th. So we bounced up a bit, but nothing sizable.
Yes.
Is there anything in your work, and here's my question, that gives you high confidence this market rallies meaningfully from here? And if so, to what kind of level might you be looking at?
So the market, meaning the Treasury bonds?
Correct.
Sure. So here's where the real resistance is at this stage of the game. And I'll go back and show the short-term time frame charts for the listeners out there. But let's take a look at what the action is right now and the levels that John needs to see price overcome in order to suggest a move higher. And it's really going to be the daily time frame chart, John, that we're taking a look at. And here I've got my little composite contract up so we can go back and take a look at a lot of data out here. But the point that I want to make is since September, we've only had 4 trading days where price has been above the top of the daily profiles for Treasury bonds. So we're talking months here, 4 months out here. And what price did today was it ran right in the top of a bearish structured daily profile. That's at 168. The actual tick today high is 168. So what you and I know is so I'm glad that you took that trade off at this stage. It is a bearish structured profile, meaning that if, in fact, price can't bust through the 168 level, and I love Tom's expression, if you can't bust them to the upside, price will try to bust them to the downside. That says a run for the 166.15 area. If price can close above 168, as I said, there's only been about 5 days since last September that we've seen closes above it. But if there is a close, because it's a bearish structured profile, I would say, John, if there's a close above 168, then what you can do is you can take, I've got a couple of trend lines out here. Price should run up to the trend line. And the trend line area is in the 170 range, which would be a nice trade, a very nice trade out there. So that's what I would be watching specifically would be the 168. Just give me a moment here, John. I want to put up the chart. Now, I'm going to show the 4-hour time frame chart because it shows on my 4-hour time frame chart, which is 240 minutes, it shows the wave number 7. That's letter G. At the same time that was going on, that's wave number 5, courtesy of of Basil Chapman out here. What the 30-year was also doing for this time frame was generating a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. That was confirmed with this bullish engulfing session at about 10 o'clock. And since then, prices run higher, and each pullback has found support on this time frame at the bottom of its profile. There's a new profile out here, so any pullback on a should find support at 167 and change out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart and the daily chart with resistance being the key level. What additional questions do you have, John, or what else can I post up here for you?
You know, that you've answered the question exactly with that daily chart and the TAS profiles going back, 4, 5, 6 months.
Yes.
Isn't that just beautiful? How each bounce made lower highs in price.
Yes.
And respected, the midpoint or the top of a TAS profile.
Exactly.
And then decline to lower lows. So we've got the answer, that 168 mark. So thanks so much on that. One last thing I want to ask you. I'll hang up after this question, but if you've got time, I ask you to please go through the new crop November soybean futures chart. Steve, just to let you know, spot soybeans are trading up 1370 sort of area off the high of last month at 1430. So we've had a mega bull market in the spot soybeans. We all know that. When one looks at those November beans, one sees the current price is, down under 12, so far lower price. And of course that makes sense because the market is anticipating lots of acres to be planted this growing season and a big crop to come in, and that will relieve some of the supply tightness that we're seeing in spot price. But I just want to share this with you and your listeners. If we have any weather snafus in the United States, or Europe for that matter, or China for that matter, this coming growing season, this current price of that November bean contract, under 12, could explode to, for 30, 40, 50%. Well, yeah, let me not over-exaggerate, 20, 30, 40% gains. So I'm long, as you know, that November contract way back from October, and I'd just be curious if you'd show what your charts say on current price with that.
Sure.
So thanks so much on the bonds and the beans, and I'll hang up.
You bet. John, good to speak to you. So here is the November soybean contract that John is trading. And much like the TAS market profiles that we were looking at for Treasury bonds, and I'll go back to those for a moment just to give you the larger picture. John and I were only looking at the daily time frame. But here, for example, the buy this morning was at 1160.40. And you can see that is the bottom of its daily profile, which held. And so that's a positive. And resistance now is up at the 1203 area, and that's taking a look at the daily time frame. You can see some trend lines that I have out here. Let me see if I can grab anything from the weekly time frame chart here for soybeans. So in the case of soybeans here, John, also on a weekly basis, 1203 is going to be your resistance level. So I would say if you get it close above 1203, the rocket ship to the upside continues in soybeans. Steve Rhodes with TFNN, filling in for Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Would love to hear from you. You can give us a call at 877-927-6648. We'll be back in just a few.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back up, folks. Steve Rhodes filling in for Tom and Tommy O'Brien. I'll do the same tomorrow, so please join me again from 10 to 11. Back to the 30-year Treasury. Just wanted to, I don't know that I mentioned it. So should Treasury bonds reject higher price, the top of the daily profile, 168, that's the test so far, should then push price back to 166.15. If price closes below 166.15, and you look at the weekly chart, so if you take a look at the weekly profiles up in the upper right-hand corner, price is below all the weekly profiles. That suggests lower price. Go all the way to the quarterly chart. That's the one on the very right-hand side, so a bigger picture out here. Bear structured profile, price is below the center of that profile, 174. It says over time, Treasury bonds are headed back into the 143 level. 162, other than 166.15, 162.31 would be the next level of support if the daily profiles break. We don't have any indication of that, but wanted to give you those numbers, put those down on your pad of paper. So let's go to our next question that has come in. We had a question inside our Tigers Den. I believe it was SM, might have been, wanted to take a look at Zoom. ZM is the ticker symbol out here. And so today you're going to, this should complete a TD9 count pattern. Whether it's yesterday's high, today's high, or could be tomorrow's high, that would be the topping pattern that is out there. So ZM is signaling to us we should see some type of top. It was either yesterday or tomorrow that we should see in that. Now, here's the way you would trade this. There's no, and we can also see the oscillator and change line has changed from red to green recently, about 4 days ago. Typically when that happens, price starts to meander sideways, pull back. We usually see a test of the oscillator and change line and price over the next many trading sessions out here. Never know how many, but just when you see that signal, you should anticipate that you're going to see some type of a test of that level out there. So that would just say a pullback to the 404 range. And anything below that, well, then we'd have to start taking a look at other profile levels and things of that sort. So that's what we see when we take a look at ticker symbol ZM. I believe that might have been for, I'm not sure what it was for, in the Tigers Den. My apology. Next question coming in from Ryan G. Ryan G writes in, could we take a look at BRP? So we most certainly can. And Ryan, thanks so much for taking the time to write in. Oh, let me get to the right. Oh, how did I get that there? That's interesting. So let me get to the right tab out here. BRP. And let's go see what this is. This is BRP Group. Okay. Doesn't help us. You're wondering if you should get out and rebuy the lower price. Well, let's take a look at BRP Group. And in this case here, get out. Why are you going to get out? So on a daily basis, we'll just start there. On the trading day of February 5th, nice wide-ranging bar closes above the top of the daily profile, suggests that price wants to move higher. Excuse me. So we've got a little bit of a stall right now. The stall is because on the weekly basis, price is sitting at that center of its profile. It's not in the center of the profile. It's more of a bearish structured profile. Don't jump on getting bearish out here. Not until we take a look at the other charts. But this would suggest that if price can close above this 28.18 area, you should see a run up to 30.80. Price is consolidated inside the monthly profile. So the idea of just sell right now, I'm not seeing it necessarily on these charts, but let's go look at my other white background charts out here, look for some topping signals and so forth. So as we take a look at the daily time frame chart, it looks like today will become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. You need at least tomorrow's candle before we can determine whether or not this is going to be some type of topping pattern in play or not. So you've got to wait at least. So we probably don't know until tomorrow at 4 o'clock or perhaps really Monday out there. And that may just be saying price is going to pull back to test support. Support here, so I can give that to you, is around 26.31 to 26.45. But as we speak right now, it did have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out here. That's what really sent the pullback into support. It's breakout support areas out here. That's on the daily time frame. Take a quick peek here at the weekly. See if we've got anything of significance on the weekly. We don't. Nothing that's going to change the message that it's generating for us. So, Ryan, yeah, there's the possibility that this is going to top out tomorrow. And you won't know that till the end of the trading session out here. That may just be a slight pullback. The cool thing about the TD9s out here is when they do form, that if price is able to take out the high over the next couple of trading sessions, tells you about a very strong momentum move to the upside. So you'd really have to go to short-term time frame charts as a top would be forming to make a determination whether that TD9 count pattern is going to hold or not. So we're a day early, I'd say, Ryan. So maybe check back with me. Well, we can look at it tomorrow. But at 10:48, we won't have enough information. Really, Monday's show, next Monday, would be best to retake a look at BRP. So I hope that helps you out. I see that you've also requested taking a look at another instrument out here. That is, you've got a question. So let me punch it up on the chart. GPL, is that your Great Panther? Your question is, what happened? It went vertical with no news on big volume. Well, let's just put up the Great Panther chart, GPL, out here, and just try to understand what it was doing or where it was trading into. And, hey, looks very good. When I say looks very good, what I mean is if it can close above $1.07 tomorrow, and you're at $1.09, so we don't know if it will or it won't, on a weekly basis, that would be a positive because that would be a close above the top of the weekly profile. So watch tomorrow. What happened? Why did price move like it did? I don't know the answer to that. I'd really have to investigate it. But from a technical standpoint, a close above 107 is going to suggest a higher price. And that higher price over time, there is what is. How about that? There is a potential A to B equals CD to the upside forming on the monthly time frame. And if, in fact, this forms, and by forming, that means a close above 107 on a monthly basis with more than 90 million shares. Well, guess what? This month you already have 104 million shares. So, Ryan, this would suggest over time a move to $1.58. That's the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. Again, that's taking a look at the monthly time frame chart for GPL. But again, I don't know what took place yesterday, but what we can do is take the data, understand support resistance, understand the patterns that are in play, and get a feel for where price is headed to. So I hope that helps you out. LB writes in, and he wants to take a look at Cronos. CRON is the ticker symbol. So let's take a look at this, CRON. And I think I'll only look at the daily chart when got to spell it correctly. When I get to my white background charts, just as a matter of time, we're about to run out of time. But if we take a look at Cronos out here, in fact, we need to go right to that daily time frame chart, see if there's anything of significance here to be looking at. So yesterday, bar number 7. Today may become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. Right now, Cronos out here, Lee, is just pulling back and testing support. That support is the oscillator and change line. That's at 1302. Your question is, can you give me a good entry point on Cronos? You almost called the top to the penny. So you're looking to get back into this. Let me look at a short-term 30-minute chart for you out here. This may be a support level. Well, it is a support level. The question is on the short-term time frame. at around the 1302 level. Is there some type of bottom forming? That's what we'll look at during the break. I'll come back. We'll take a look at that and then finish off the show. Steve Rhodes with TFNN, filling in for Tom and Tommy O'Brien. We'll be back in just a minute.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Larry Pesavento watches the markets 24/7, and now is a great time to try out his daily trading service, Fibonacci 24/7. Larry publishes videos and charts for subscribers throughout the week when warranted, and every weekend he puts out a thorough report covering worldwide markets, futures, commodities, and currencies with Fibonacci retracement levels, possible trading setups and zones, and stops and targets for all recommendations included. Larry applies the principles he's developed over decades of trading while analyzing a variety of markets for subscribers. To see for yourself the types of videos, charts, and analysis that Larry provides for his subscribers, sign up for Fibonacci 24/7 today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under the Newsletter tab. You'll also gain instant access to Larry's archived subscriber webinar from earlier this year. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, just $89, exclusively at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So when we take a look at buy points out here, and this is a daily chart for Chronos, we're looking for price to come back to a support area, and which it has, which is that oscillator and change line. So as that happens, what we like to see on a 30-minute chart is some type of bottom forming as well. Lee was asking for an entry point, and we don't have that when we take a look at a 30-minute chart. We've got the top. We've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and right now what price is doing, it's dealing with the support level of its 30-minute profile, and that's at 1327. Price is trading at 1313. So this is suggesting, Lee, that prices, if there's a close below 1327, and I don't know whether there will or there won't be. There's still 5 minutes left in the trading session. If it does close below that, it's suggesting a move back to 1208. What pattern might form at 1208 on a 30-minute chart, I don't know. But the problem with that is that on a daily basis, you're below the oscillator and change line. And so if you're at 1208, that's actually saying maybe 1175. So we'd really, to answer your question, we have to look at the patterns on the short-term time frames in order to be able to figure that out. And the short-term time frame, the 30-minute right now, is not confirming that this is the time to step into it. So hope that helps you out. We had a request here from Jack. Jack wants to take a look at ticker symbol MEGH. Jack, I'm just going to have to use my white background chart here and do this rather quickly, but it'll be helpful too. Oh, so this hasn't been trading much. It's 17 cents. It's a penny stock. This is really hard for me to give you any kind of a feel. You're saying please analyze the chart, MEGH. This could be pushed around. I can share with you right now the prices at support. That's the oscillator and change line. If it closes below 17 cents, it should make a run for 7 pennies. But these things can be pushed around so much, it's not really great to use, my opinion, technical information for something trading at 14 cents, 17 cents out there. Well, it sounds like that's the end of the show. There was a question to take a look at natural gas. Sorry we didn't get a chance to do that. Hey, folks, stay tuned for the rest of the trading day out here. Again, I'll be back with you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So if you're listening at the normal time between 1 and 2, please join me at 10 tomorrow. And have a terrific Thursday, folks. Stay thirsty. Take care.